devastating death.
The world goes on. She's 6 feet in the ground.
A 3-year-old crushed by a falling table at school.
No one should have to live through this.
Now this heartbroken mother is hoping her daughter's tragedy will be the driving force behind making sure no other parent ever has to feel her pain. And we first brought you that emotional interview with Tabitha Kerr last night at 11.
Tonight, her daughter's death is putting the spotlight on the lack of inspections at schools and churches where children learn and play. At least 7 children across the country have died from folding tables flipping over or falling from wall casings.
Experts are warning parents your eyes might be the only ones inspecting these tables. Kevin Dietz has this Defenders investigation.
In Michigan, there are no longer mandatory state safety inspections in schools. Each district is on its own to make sure their buildings are safe. Tonight, experts tell us if you're counting on your school's maintenance staff to keep your child safe, you're making a serious mistake. The tragic death of 3-year-old Lilliana Kerr is not unique.
A lot of things could have been prevented. Still, negligence. It's just easier to call it an accident.
Folding tables have killed kids in schools and churches before, here in Michigan and in Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, and Vermont. The Consumer Protection Safety Commission has put out warnings about folding tables tipping over or falling from wall casings.
The school communities out there that have dilapidated equipment 50 years older, it's going to happen again. It's happened 7 times.
Attorney Greg Roll says schools cannot claim ignorance about the potential danger.
Some of these tables that are known to be defective and that over time are going to become death traps. And that's just not an accident.
He filed a $10 million lawsuit against the Archdiocese of Detroit and St. Albert the Great Catholic Church, where a table fell from a wall and crushed Lilliana to death. Lilliana's mom wants you to know about the thousands of other tables in schools all across the country and right here in Metro Detroit.
Nobody should have to deal with this. No one should have to live through this.
We called multiple local schools and not one would allow us inside to see how their folding table safety systems work or show us how they inspect and maintain them. A manufacturer says problems arise when tables are not locked correctly by a trained maintenance worker, adding that if tables are no longer in use, they should be removed, or steel 2x4 should be bolted across the tabletop and into the wall.
In a lot of schools, you have nothing. You have no inspections.
Ronald Tyson is a building safety expert. He says your kid's school safety is only as good as the district's plan and the maintenance people they hire. Tyson says it's up to you to look closely and speak up.
Well, I would go right to the principal or superintendent.
If local school officials ignore your concerns, go over their heads. He says the fact kids are still dying from folding table accidents shows locals aren't getting the job done.
They fail to act. And I mean, that's just not acceptable in my opinion.
He says employees should alert MIOSHA, the Michigan Occupational Safety and Health Administration. If you file a complaint, they must come out and do a thorough inspection.
And once you have an inspection, then you're going to be aware of the dangers and you'll be able to do something about them.
Parents should call the fire marshal. It's not tattling, it's being responsible, and it can save lives. Filing a complaint is easy once you know how to do it. We are putting links up to phone numbers and forms that you can use to request a safety inspection in your child's school. You can find them at our website at clickondetroit.com. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Something you never just think about until something like this happens.
Yeah, and it's still so astonishing to think about what happened. Yeah.